party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, Greg and James beat 'em up. It's your favorite show on Twitch, where
Greg and
James play beat 'em ups. And not just any beat 'em up.
every beat 'em up.
Stupinski in the house.
Cedric
Possibly.
in the house.
And Cedric. Stupinski was definitely at least here during the starting soon screen. We can't say for sure that he remained for those 5 minutes. All right, here we go. Yes, I don't know that reference. I don't know or lyric that Cedric is quoting. I don't recognize it. I've been puzzling it. I definitely knew that much, Stupinski. I was positive about that. Your message left no dent. Okay. Hold on. Before we get down to business, there. Aha!
Motorhead's Ace of Spades.
There's the thing.
Yeah,
I was like, I know this fucking.
It must be a Motorhead
surely
song.
Motorhead, but which song?
We did sort of.
We stared him down until he passed out.
We backed out.
Okay, so yes, we're pivoting. I've introduced green as a text color on the to be played list to represent games. I guess actually once I did that, I should have actually put it on the Game Boy games. So excuse me one moment.
Yeah, why not? Those are also
There.
paused.
We have a new color coding. Games in green are in progress.
Yeah.
But we're about to make a lot of progress.
We are, yeah.
Because last week, I finally got emulation working for all of the games on strange platforms, in addition to getting Game Boy link cable emulation working. So we're going to be able to play every game on this list. We discovered we might get a compromised executioner's experience because we're not sure how to make two players simultaneous work.
Mm-hmm.
But from what we've seen of the game, I don't think anyone will disagree that it's not a thing we're going to need two players. Like, you can't judge this. What do you know until you've played it?
Until you've played
two players.
The full two-player experience.
So here we are.
I mean, to be fair, we've also never played any of the famously four-player games, like Ninja Turtles, that had a four-player cabinet. With 4 players, yeah.
Which is a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is the new one with the DLC up to 8 players simultaneously? That just seems like too much.
I think that's true.
Yeah,
certainly the Switch can handle 8 players.
Oh yeah.
I've played like 8-player Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, I've definitely
done that on the Wii U. Now that I think about it.
I think Mario Kart is up to what? How many players simultaneously now? Like 16?
Like 16 live in the room players?
I don't think in the room.
Okay.
I think online play.
That sounds about right. Yeah. So yeah. I was too excited. I couldn't go on. So we're putting the Peacekeepers on pause.
Yeah.
We're going to clear off all the things that we just got going for. So it'll probably take a couple weeks. Today we're doing another home computer themed trilogy. At long last, we're gonna go back to 1992 for 2 of these.
Yeah.
Motörhead, the licensed Motörhead beat 'em up for the Amiga.
Yep.
And it was also on the Amstrad CPC, but it's the Amiga that I finally got it working for.
Virgin Games.
Virgin
First appearance
Games.
On this list.
Yep. The much less renowned corporate pedigree of Bloodlust Software, which, as far as I can tell, 2 dudes, just friends hanging out. They made Executioners for DOS. And we're going to check it out. And then Edge, which of all the ones that I had to play them all a tiny little bit at least to get this, make sure everything's working, get it going. I would say that Edge is the one that I'm not 100% confident we will classify as a beat 'em up, but we're gonna give it a try. It seems interesting. And if somehow that doesn't take us all the time, well, we can move on to Anett Futatabi.
Yeah.
And down here, TurboGrafx or PC Engine CD, Galaxy Deka Gaivan, which of the little bits I had to play, I think we're going to think is the most interesting, and then Riot Zone, which I think quite the opposite. We're gonna think is the most boring. I'm not saying I didn't play enough of it to say whether it's competent, whether it'll be pretty fun.
We've
but
had
it
some very
certainly
generic.
seemed boring.
Yeah. We've had some very generic ones that turned out to be pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a clue. You want me to go on?
So, Stupidski's message started. We have a fancy role-playing adventure upcoming. Since most characters of the group, and now it's on screen, want to take a break to master certain skills, so for the rogue, we're going to do a one-shot. We all play scoundrel characters, plan a heist, get rich.
Quick and easy.
Nice. So is the rogue going to continue playing himself? Like, is this the rogue's side adventure?
That's what it sounds like. That's pretty cool. It's a good idea.
Indeed it is. Okay. So, we're going to start with the Motörhead game. There's no box art that I could find. Surely it was packaged somehow. But this is the title screen. Oh, sweet. Like, does he not even know he's getting his own side adventure? Or he just doesn't know what the side adventure is going to be? I've experienced one surprise role-playing adventure in my life on my birthday, and it was fun.
Yeah, I was there. It was great.
I enjoyed it. Okay.
So, this is a very Lemmy-forward show. Not really focusing on the other members of the band.
That's brilliant. Well, from what I understand, and I'm not sure it's going to be portrayed in the game, I think the plot is about Lemmy saving the rest of the band. But yes, a Motörhead game for the Amiga in 1992, and it's a beat 'em up.
Yeah.
We were intrigued by the beat 'em ups that we played on the Amiga in our first round of home computing.
Yeah.
Particularly, what was it called? The drug dealing vigilante game by the French developer.
Was that Chinatown? No.
Operation Clean Streets.
Operation Clean Streets. Yes.
I appreciate that they made sure to, although they did, it certainly looks like he has an electric guitar based on the size and neck length. They did very clearly indicate 4 tuning pegs.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bass. The coolest of the instruments, the bass. Okay. So.
Sounds like somebody who plays bass would say.
I did once play the bass in a few bands. Long ago. Good God. Not quite entirely more than half a life ago, but most of it was more than half a life ago. Weird. So we've encountered this emulator before because we played some Amiga games. The FSUAE, I don't know what any of those letters mean. What I do know is that the makers of this emulator have no passion for file layout.
Yeah.
So there's a separate launcher so you can have an OS instead of doing it from the command line, which is in an entirely different folder. And then you go into that folder, and then you have to select between locale and Windows, and you go to Windows, and then there's a subfolder there, and you just open that. It's called something. And then a whole thing comes up, and then in a huge list of little DLL files, if you scroll down, you eventually find the application. Why not put that in the top folder?
No need for that, James.
Yeah. So, here we go. Everybody brace your ears. I don't know exactly how loud this is going to be for the folks.
Oh, yeah, it was quite loud when we were doing it pre-show.
Yeah.
I
did make sure, but actually now even that I've said that, I'm going to look. Yes, I did. I did set the level at which everyone at home will be assaulted to a lower level. Okay. So Greg is going to play first.
Oh, I'm going to play first. Okay.
Because the screen size keeps on changing. And so we're going to find it easier. Okay. So, step 1, which in hindsight, now I think I did figure this part out before. Okay.
We gotta do something.
You do have to watch some of this.
A button.
Yeah. You gotta start watching their cracked screen. But at a certain point, the mouse should let us stop this from endlessly cycling.
Certainly not the first time through, right? They want you to get all this information. They really want you to know their P.O. box numbers. Anybody at home who wants to try any of these?
Yeah.
I mean, they put them out on the internet for everyone. At the time, that was a much smaller amount of people.
Yes.
But they should still be punished for that.
Okay, come on, just let us go.
Call us now! You're gonna get phone numbers now.
Greg can testify that he saw
Yeah, I
us
saw it working.
We got past this. We got the
past
game
this.
running.
Yeah.
There it is. You have to watch the whole thing, and then you have to click, because if you don't click, it just loops.
Oh, hey.
Then, I think I did get here before, and eventually it was like, that's not working. But no, if you wait long enough.
Yeah, it's a long intro screen. I don't know if the emulator is emulating the load times of the period, or
I
if
think
this
it must
is just
be.
baked in.
Because it's, I don't know how much this is coming through for the folks at home, but it is quite clearly
Yeah, it's doing like boot up
emulating the disk drive sound.
Yeah. A familiar sound to anybody who played games. Really any time up until like, what, 2005?
Yeah.
I remember booting up on disc and downloading City of Heroes. The MMO I used to play.
I never played an MMO past good old Ultima Online.
All my friends played WoW, didn't ever touch it. Only ever played City of Heroes and City of Villains. Pretty good games.
So, Lemmy comes out, and now I'll free my mouse cursor and see what's I guess actually I should wait until the actual game is playing, because there are a lot of different resolutions getting thrown at us here.
Yeah.
So I think we should watch this to see if it shows us a story and not just the credits. I suspect it's just the credits. Wow.
Whoa.
Did you press the joystick button?
I did punch. I hit a button.
All right, into the arena. So, you may or may not recall, Greg, the unusual controls that the games we played on the Amiga before utilized. It's a single button joystick. All the attacks are done by holding down the button and then using the joystick in different directions.
Weird.
Yes. But what we have here is demonstrably a beat 'em up.
For sure. Why did he become...
See, we don't need a Nintendo. You've got your Motörhead game. That's just like Double Dragon.
Very odd.
You have 2 bullets, but I don't know what that means.
So is it single button?
Yes, it's a single button joystick. So this is just like the only way they could make controls for a game like this.
Why do they keep becoming liquid when they die?
It's
So
because
bizarre.
you're beating them so hard. They just dissolve. It is kind of weird. They do all seem to be some sort of like shape-shifting goo monsters. That actually explains why there are so many of them. They all are just a few variants.
Oh, I had a run.
Yeah, you've got dash. I like the music. How's the sound coming through at home?
Good. I also don't seem to walk quite in the direction that I want to every time.
I don't know.
Like I can't seem to walk straight up.
Huh.
How do I do that move?
Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure that you were getting it, because it is pretty good. Like, the Amiga had a decent sound card in it.
Okay.
So
you really can't let them get behind you because once you're swinging in one direction, you're locked out of swinging.
there.
What was that?
That was your bullets. They all went away. So I don't know.
But how did I use them?
I think that just when you had all the bullets.
Okay, and I
You had
become a
to
skeleton
move?
because I'm a man,
Maybe?
not some sort of weird Terminator.
Yeah. And so the spades
The ace.
at the bottom there, presumably the ace of spades, those are your lives. So you had 3, now you've got 2. You built up another purple stuff. Megaton is supposed to be like a bomb, like look like a missile or something. Slightly different shape from when it's a bullet. So one thing that is notably absent here from beat 'em ups on both sides, so maintaining player-enemy synergy and symmetry, is knockdowns.
Yeah.
Lemmy does not take bumps for these guys, and these guys dissolve instead of falling to their backs on the ground. So one thing I will say about the song, which is alright, is that it is very repetitive.
I wish I knew how to do the bullets.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's up. And it uses all of them?
It uses all of them when you use it, so I don't know if it gets more powerful or what. It's interesting to me. Did you just puke in that guy's face and dissolve him with acid?
I did, yeah.
So that has something to do with those green bottles of goo that Lemmy drinks when you get them. But I don't know how you deploy that. Was it just up except you didn't have bullets?
I guess. I have bullets now and I'm hitting up and it's not working.
I'm thinking you need 3 bullets. And then your health, of course, is the...
Oh, Lemmy does this when I do down. So,
What does he do? Obviously
He-
not dissolve into a skeleton.
he does like this move. Like, if I can make it happen.
A big swing?
No, it's like when he goes like, bleh! With his tongue out.
Ah, I don't know.
Well, these guys just drop coins. So far, this is interesting, but
Yes.
not
No.
that fun.
Yeah. Among other things, it seems stultifyingly repetitive.
Yeah, and also, oh my god. Like
They're
I
like,
said, the movement
"Oh,
controls are also weird.
She made it to the boss.
Boss? Okay.
Freak out, freak out.
Oh, maybe I'm supposed to...
Maybe you have to initiate the fight by beating an unarmed... Oh, you're
No,
freeing a member of
He's
Motörhead.
my friend.
Okay. Oh, now it's a motorcycle stage.
This seems to be just a basic...
Collect the items on your way to the next level. Cool.
Yeah, just a little bonus stage.
Rap City.
But I famously love rap, right?
It's a tapper-esque, except you're just drinking. You're not serving customers coming down these bars. Beer frenzy.
Oh, I'm doing shit at it.
You cannot accuse this game of being like a lazy cash-in on the Motörhead name.
No. We've got a Linda named Dolly.
Linda the Dolly, plus Tex and Clint. Rap City in blue. Okay, that time you shot the guitar without wasting all your bullets.
Maybe if I hit?
Maybe. Or maybe before when you were launching, you were frenetically, like, mashing up enough to use them all.
Uh-oh.
There is a jump.
I know, I did it once.
Up and forward?
You mean like a...
Nope.
And that's game over.
Game over. Ouch.
Well, if
What's
you
the
can figure out how...
continued situation? I'll practice my jumping before I even get there.
Yeah, good idea. You don't have to put in my initials.
No, we're gonna register you.
Motörhead game
Or we're just gonna do your first name. Oh, I could have actually spelled your name. I thought I was getting 3 letters. No, I meant to put an arrow. Well, now I might as well spell your name. I appreciate the drum sample.
Yeah. No, man, you're on E. You're so close to G when you're on E.
I know, I was digging the sample. It must be said that many arcade games didn't put as much love into their initial entering sound effects. Here we get some Motörhead sounding music.
Well, this is just giving me, when I type Motörhead game, this is just giving me the game for the PlayStation.
It kind of seems like that's what it is. Because certainly it started with Rap City.
Yeah,
and
now
level 2
it's like
was
country
music.
music.
Alright. Here we go. I'm just going to fire it up.
Yeah, just do it, man.
Instead of... I don't think that waiting would have revealed the plot within the game. And we know what it is.
Yeah, we're saving our friends. Well, this is bringing me to... Come on.
What the hell? I was stunned for like what seemed like an inordinately long period of time.
Well, you can't move while you're punching.
No, but I wasn't holding the punch button down either. How do you jump?
How do you jump? That's the question.
Yeah, if you want to look that up.
I'm trying.
It's weird because I would have sworn to you that when I played around with the game for about 10 seconds, like probably not even through these enemies, I felt like I was jumping regularly.
Okay, try holding down the button.
Yep.
And then push up. Nope, that didn't do it. It says, whilst pressing up will perform a leap. Down will throw an object spit, depending on what you have collected. Left, right, your facing direction is used to hit punch. Doing the same in reverse, let me shoot a guitar chord to vaporize enemies using magic. Your movements around are fluent without lag.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, you spit right there.
Yep.
That was with down, right?
No.
What was it with?
Maybe it was with down. But I'm not getting the sweet sweep up action I would like. But that actually seems like it might be an input problem right now. Because...
I mean, you could try it with controls.
Hold on. Let's actually look inside the emulator.
Like, what? You could try it with just the arrow keys and the spacebar. As intended.
Okay, hold on.
Well, it is a single joystick with one button.
Yeah. But, yeah. Surely it hasn't lost the up. But okay, can I also play with the keyboard? No, I cannot.
No.
So we'd have to start over. But, yeah.
I mean,
there's clearly no up.
Is the thing.
Yeah. But it's having some sort of problem with up. And that's, you know.
Is that why I wasn't able to walk in a straight line up?
Yeah, because like I'm having that same problem.
Yeah, it's not registering up. Okay, well that's important because that's the only way to make it let me jump.
Okay, so do we start again and just play with the keyboard?
I mean, why don't we? Can we check the controls in this emulator?
I'm trying. I will try again in a sec. Hold on.
Let me just die. He's a skeleton.
Yeah, I could not get it to pause in the friggin' pause menu of the emulator.
Nope.
There.
That is.
With the keyboard. Okay, so this is not clickable. Weird. Input options. Yes. Yes. No, there's no... Okay. Let me just switch to keyboard for joystick port in the emulator, which should at least spare us having to restart. Or did it?
Nope. It appears you can't do anything now.
No, now it's all busted up. Wait. It said to work out the kinks. But what's the button?
Space.
It's definitely not space, though.
Why wouldn't it be space? What button is it then?
I don't know, Greg.
Well, what is it? There's no time limit on this. Except for, you know, a fleeting time on Earth.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Go back in. Joystick port. A flash. Arcade fight stick. What is joystick mode? Okay. Whatever. I don't know. We're obviously not going to be able to advance in the game without being able to get jump to work consistently. And I would swear to you that I had it working consistently.
I mean, I jumped. I witnessed a jump.
This thing is definitely behaving erratically. Is it because... Oh, good God. Hold on. Let's quit this for a second.
Don't worry, people.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Just working out the kinks. I'm going to unplug the joystick and toggle it back to X input instead of Nintendo Switch input. Plug it in.
It's out of date now. Switch 2 is out.
Yeah.
You got yourself a Switch 2 yet, James?
No, I don't. I spent a lot of money recently trying and failing to save my little cat's life. So, I'm going to put off the Nintendo Switch 2 for a little bit. Okay, we do have to sit through this goddamn thing one more time. But, these are the kind of indignities we expected from the beating them up on your home computer episode. And we go through it for the novelty of the crummy games on the home computer.
When did the computer make the switch from being a thing not really designed for games to the thing that is capable of playing the biggest games?
One thing is that even at this time, if you spoke to people who were gaming on a computer, they would consider themselves self-evidently superior to you as a console gamer. Partially because what computers were always, or at least early on, much better at consoles was containing a lot of text and code.
Yes.
Like strategy games, simulations, RPGs.
Well, simulations, I remember that for a long time it was like, if you like dials and gauges, the PC is the only place to go.
Yes.
Like if you want to, you know, fly a plane or captain a submarine, then like the PC is the only place to be. But if you want to, you know, have fun with your friends on a couch.
Oh no. I missed the...
Did you miss the window?
I missed the moments-long window. Yeah, that's...
I should clarify.
Like,
it wasn't ever not a game machine.
But it was, like, certainly, like...
But
one of the selling points of the Amiga was how close it could get to, like, console action.
Yeah. Today it's everything. Today you can play, like, absolutely anything on the PC. In fact,
basically... It's just because in the time when hardware still needed to be highly specialized...
Yeah.
The thing that video game consoles mostly specialized in was making things scroll.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm clicking.
There you go, you got it.
There.
Yeah. There was a big shift around the first, like, major MMOs. Like, even Ultima Online.
Well, what it's pivoted to now is that a lot of, like, at least the big PC releases, like, PC gamers complain that they're console-fied.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, yeah.
I want to sell them on everything now.
Exactly, yeah. So you want to have something that can also be used with controls and not take full advantage of, like... Oh, yeah. I mean...
The good,
the first
You know-
StarCraft games.
I wouldn't consider the first StarCraft games to be earlier real-time strategy.
I'm not thinking of StarCraft. What am I thinking of?
Warcraft?
Not Warcraft.
Dune 2?
Not Dune 2.
I mean, Dune 2 is like the first real-time strategy game. Yeah.
No, I am thinking of StarCraft. The first StarCraft game was RTS.
Yes.
Oh, no, 1998.
Yeah, I said it's
So
not
not-
really.
not
I feel like
early.
that's like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
second
yeah.
wave. Wait. Don't tell me
Is it not working now?
that it's not acknowledging my joystick now.
Oh, Jesus.
One sec.
No house device. Yeah, it's not recognizing it at all.
There.
Oh, okay, go.
No, it was not recognized. Like it wasn't configured for it. Now it's working. All right. Good night, Stimpinski.
Oh, good night.
Next time we speak, I'll tell you if we ever got up working on the joystick. There. Look at him.
Ah, yes, he soars through the air. Now, how do you do directions while you're jumping? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you just have to jump and then just keep holding the button? Or-
No, you have to do a forward jump. Like, the jump is a diagonal up, I think.
Oh, nice. That was health.
No, actually, never mind. No, you do move while you're already in the air. I like that in trying to bring the beat 'em up to the Amiga, they're like, you know what beat 'em up players demand? Just like arbitrarily dropping in platforming. But they recognize, oh man, this jumping guy takes off so much health with his stupid slow-moving jump.
There you go. You get a lot of health back from those cans, though.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right. No knocked down, but you do get knocked back. Like when you...
Yeah, and like there's like most of the physics
No.
concepts are there.
Oh yeah, well...
Yep.
Double Dragon's also notorious for the random, like, trap section.
Yeah.
And
the console one, the console Double Dragon, yeah, has a level that's both. It's got some bottomless pits and a lot of falling spike things. It's very frustrating. Whoops. I didn't mean to use that up. But at the same
the
time.
guide I saw that had the guide I saw that had the directions kept calling it magic, and I'm just not sure if that's what you should classify it as.
I know in the CRPG Addicts blog, just in general, like when he gets to the end of the game, he'll go and look at contemporary reviews, and that was apparently a recurring thing for the Amiga. Was that Amiga magazines just like did not have any critical judgment at all, and were just blown away by everything. Some of it's like we got to band together. They're giving us games for the Amiga still.
Yeah. Nice, well done. Some health back. And yeah, now you just... I guess this guy's kind of the boss?
No. Oh wait, yeah, I guess actually you're right. Never mind. I was like, no, the guy, remember you had to unchain him?
No.
No, the whole mistake that we
was
made in
just
the
Fred.
first place. Yeah. Ah, damn it. I wanted to hit the boss with that.
Well, you didn't lose a bullet. You could still do it. Well,
okay.
he's really just as
He's
easy
really
as-
just another guy.
Yeah.
But there's only one of them, so he is the boss, I guess. Or do we get our guy immediately? Yes. No. And he's just a guy.
He's just a guy. He's just like a I don't
But the
even think
enemies
he's the guy
are
you have
like
the
different. Like
most
they have
time.
different moves.
Yes.
Oh man. Ah.
No, that was a complete mess.
Yeah. Well, the big challenge is that the mind wants to turn around while you're attacking.
Turn around before you shoot.
Yeah. Turn around before you punch.
Glug glug.
I think that must be the one that lets you breathe fire, because that doesn't restore any health.
Bad magics. So maybe it was being prophetic. Possibly.
Yeah.
I also think they were just doing that thing that, Nice, yeah, that is fine. Oh, and it's like a ball. You don't even need to be close. There's your friend. Get him.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is a bit.
Alright.
This is the thing. The beer heals.
Yeah.
I don't know what the flies do. They don't seem to hurt you.
Ooh, you can see my purple bullets have like stripes on them now.
Oh,
I think
nice.
represent that I just picked up a whole lot of ammunition.
You
All right.
used all your lives. Oh,
Take
you
that,
didn't lose
Rhapsody.
any of your lives?
Alright. Damn.
Yeah, right?
You don't wrap around like a tapper. Ah!
Yeah, I know. You always overshoot it when you're trying to... Well...
Whatever.
Was
All right.
let me...
Get off your horse, is what the second level is called.
Were there a lot of Motörhead songs about drinking a ton of beer?
I'm not sure about the songs, but I think that Lemmy's own life.
Yes. This is biographical, obviously. Well, that guy's drunk.
Whoops.
Okay.
I gotta get the beer, but I can't. Too busy beating these dudes down.
These guys turned into a sort of green sledge.
Oh no! Damn it, Lemmy.
But look, your guns, like, it is like a thing.
Yeah, I do have plenty of ammo.
Okay, here we go. Nice. And a wider one this time. Nailed it.
Oh my goodness, rapid fire. Game changer.
How are you doing rapid fire?
You just hold it down.
Oh, you just hold it down. There's no
There's no
reason to
there's
hit
no
the button.
reason for rapid waggling.
Just let them come to you. How you want? Yes.
Ha! Successful turning around.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's
Oh, here's
and his
the
clothes. What is happening to his clothes? Oh yeah, these are total Lindas. Like total country Lindas. Country
Yeah.
western
This
Lindas.
is Dolly Parton if she was a Linda.
Oh, this is poor taste. The lack of knockdowns and like makes the cornering them and just beating them to a pulp seem more sinister.
The Lindas don't.
Seem to attack. Did they forget to program an attack?
They're not doing anything to you.
Because some of them even got my back and didn't attack. And I was gonna say that it was a general short. No,
Oh,
there
she
was
just
an
did an
attack.
attack. She was nowhere near you. I don't know
No.
why she triggered it.
Yeah, and even though that attack does seem like it would have range, she's not trying to take advantage of the range. It's not. It's
She
not
also-
real exceptional
She
AI.
dies differently than the others.
Does she?
Everyone else on this level dissolves into green goo, but she kind of like evaporates in a weird way. Like I think she sort of like disintegrates.
The ones that come up behind you just gradually walk. Yeah, she turns into like fire. Like she's a devil. Ah, damn it.
There you go. Oh, he kind of dies the same way. Bud.
Is it a where you are on the stage? Is even text going to dissolve the new way now?
I don't know. Let's see. No, he's still goose.
Really, kind of.
First life.
Really stripping things down to their essentials. When you're actually just holding the button down and holding the joystick, waiting for the enemy to walk into your fist to get pushed in. We've really deconstructed the experience here.
Yeah.
In a way that's not at all flattering to our project.
Oh,
In the amount of time we've
now you
dedicated
went
to it.
on the.
Good for her getting a hit on me, but now she did.
She seems tougher than the others.
She does.
I mean, that's Dolly Parton for
Boy,
you.
I hope this is almost the. It's the end! Hooray!
Yeah,
Nah.
he does look like a. Oh, you're not.
Ciao, once again. But fortunately, once you lock in your vehicle, and note that we got a tractor.
Yeah.
The country club. Nashville.
Yeah.
From Rap City to Nashville.
Sounds like an MTV intro.
Grab a groupie. Groupies picked up one, but then it ended.
Okay.
I don't know. And I'm okay with not knowing exactly how the... Okay.
So this one
Now
just...
we're beating up the Yakuza.
Oh, I think it's supposed to be
Oh.
karaoke.
Or like... Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is just... I don't know. Saying it could be worse seems like faint praise.
Oh, it could be... It could definitely be worse so far. So far, I think there's a lot of potential for this to get more culturally insensitive.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think those are supposed to be like
Yeah, that makes sense. Like,
company men doing karaoke.
yes. Like, it doesn't make sense why it's a level in this game. But
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't really fit the music
There's
genre. I very much doubt Lemmy was like really into city pop.
or maybe like Levy was like, man, you know what I'm fucking sick of? Just all these damn salarymen with their karaoke microphones when I'm just trying to enjoy myself in Shinjuku.
Oh, shit, he got you. Glug, glug, glug. Don't forget your special powers. You can one-hit kill some of these guys.
You're right.
You also puke
Ah.
on them.
Yeah, I was trying to get the...
The beer? I think you got a poop. Yeah, you've got one. You've got one, in the holster there. Oh,
Oh, man. So, like...
I don't...
we can't go on too long with this. Because...
Oh, beer. That's health.
Yeah. I guess I should go till I'm game over.
Karaoke. Karaoke.
Ah, it goes off screen.
Yeah, when it goes off screen, it ceases to exist. Even when the scroll catches up with it.
Ha.
This seems like such a specific... This feels like it wasn't even a stereotype in the 1990s. Do you know what I mean?
Well, in a way, it's like, you know, at the time, like karaoke. Oh, we have an
Okay.
actual boss.
Oh, yeah, he's a boss. You got him though.
Great.
Pretty easily.
Oh, it's just a mini boss. So, yeah, like at this time, karaoke wouldn't have been as mainstream. It would have been more associated with being Japanese. So it makes sense
Yeah.
in that sense that it's a stereotype.
I guess, yeah.
Like I think nowadays, if you ask a random person, you know, to think about karaoke, they think about, you know, having a time they did karaoke with people.
Yeah.
They don't think, oh yeah, that thing that weird Japanese businessmen like.
Well, all of East Asia and Southeast Asia, I think. Very popular in other nations as well.
No, let me, damn it.
Let me.
We got some brutal slowdown in this giant fight.
Yeah, you had 5 guys on screen.
No.
Well, you
Wait.
can jump. You can jump. Oh, it's too late now.
Not fast enough.
Oh. Wow. Nice. Yeah, that's true. Japan was going through a huge
Yeah, jokes.
post-war miracle.
Angsty thrillers by dad-style authors. Tom
Yes.
Clancy, Michael Crichton.
Dad. That's your definition of a dad style on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking because, especially with Tom Clancy, his movies based on his works are very dad movies. The Hunt for Red October.
A classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, undoubtedly a dad movie. Ooh, don't know if you're getting through this level.
No.
It's really
Oh
missed.
No. My biggest Tom Clancy experience as a youth was the video game Rainbow Six. And we were like, wow, it's so realistic, as opposed to thinking about the very silly political connotations where it's like environmentalists trying to destroy the world.
Oh, you gotta fight 2 of these guys.
Okay, so the trick is to hit them and then get back to fleeing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close.
Ah, shoot. I thought that might be the boss.
See, what this level has up its sleeve is going on forever.
Yeah. Oh, there it is! Yay!
Okay. Alright. Well, I'm invested now in my own performance and trying to keep going.
No health.
Oh, come on. Why is... These Japanese streets are so clean. They're not scattered with beer at all. It's
Yeah?
true. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think about it.
Karaokeville was indeed the name of that town.
Are you supposed to be feeding them? Or stop preventing this?
I don't know.
Can you eat them?
I don't know. No, I cannot intercept the fish. I do not understand
The mechanics of this?
nothing. I don't understand my goal. I don't understand my... Sushi slap. Sushi collected. I guess I was supposed to be slapping the dudes and taking their sushi. But that was incomprehensible.
Okay, so these sorry, these just look like metal fans. Oh wait, no, these are skinheads.
Yeah.
These are bad metal fans. This is Nazi metal he's fighting now. Which good. He should be fighting that, as Lemmy.
I don't know.
Setting a good precedent.
Well, that's not what the music is. The music is ska.
Well, these are not ska, people. Checkerboard patterns, famously something that computers could easily do. These are clearly supposed to be punks.
Yeah. Oh, these are definitely punks.
But Nazi punks,
But the-
specifically.
Well, they're skinheads, but skinheads aren't necessarily Nazis.
Yeah, that's true, but they aren't necessarily racist. That is a part of being a skinhead.
I don't know. Never been initiated myself. Oh, man.
It's not good.
It's not a very good game, but you have to admire the effort.
I do.
These are, it has a unique art style,
It does?
a really unique musical style that mostly... Oh, 0 counts.
No, I think you picked up a life.
Oh, sweet.
You must have gotten a point total of life at some point.
Well, I do have 23,000 points.
Do you think this is the last level?
How many members of Motörhead are
Yeah,
there?
that's what I was gonna ask. How many people are in Motörhead? There is a level 5. So no, this is the second level.
Alright, I don't think I'm going to wind up being able to beat it, but we'll see.
Get as far as you can, and then I think we'll just beat it. I
Yeah.
don't think we need to see the ending
No,
necessarily.
we do not. No. Because I think what this ultimately demonstrates, along with Operation Clean Streets, is that the genre is not compatible with the hardware. And
No.
they made an admirable effort to come up with a way for a control scheme to make sense, but it just doesn't for beat 'em up style gameplay.
Yeah, he's gotten all the he's saved all the members at
Yeah,
this point.
it's roadies and stuff now. I'm not setting up my rig.
The King of Kings.
Oh, he just fucking conked me with his great big giant head.
Yeah, I mean, what would you do if you were
Yeah.
a head like that?
That would probably be my go-to.
It's the only move. That's a sword. Can let me pick up that sword?
I believe that is painted. No, it's either painted or jammed into the train car.
So here's the thing about
We're in
this.
an apocalypse town.
Hard to tell with the art style. It's a sort of Looney Tunes situation where they've painted a.
Yeah, it's paint the sword on the thing and then pull it out.
Yeah.
Start fighting with it.
The Roadrunner could do it, but Wile E. Coyote couldn't.
Wile E. Coyote paints the sword, then the Roadrunner comes up, draws the sword, and disembowels him.
Yep.
Meep.
Meep, meep. There you go.
Now I'm down to my last life. No,
Nope.
it's actually
0 doesn't count. You're done.
Ha! Polyphonic Spree
All right.
from Virgin Games. Just a tremendously long game. Does the old arcade style thing. You beat all 15 stages and then it loops with a palette swap. I'm willing to grant this game mid status. On the, like, it's certainly low end of mid. But I feel like that's what we did with Operation Clean Streets. And I think for
That's
almost
fair.
the same reason of just like,
I would
they
say
really
this
did
is...
their best.
Yes.
It's an like, I think Operation Clean Streets has more interesting ideas.
Yeah, I wouldn't put this above Operation
No.
Clean Streets.
No.
But, you know, I think, yeah, I can buy a mid. There's nothing egregious about it. It works. And they clearly put a lot of time into
it's
making
dull,
it work.
and if you're a Motorhead fan, it doesn't really give you your Motorhead fix.
No.
Like, could we not have just had a different Motorhead song for each stage?
No, Motorhead was willing to license their image, but they would not license their music.
Only. You can only make a game about us. If it's about how terrible other genres of music are.
I recently learned if you want to license...
what genres? Oh, you know, the hip-hop, country, karaoke.
Execution.
That ska music the skinheads listen to. Alright, so now we're moving on to a game that I don't think we'll spend nearly as much time on.
Yeah, so this is Executioners.
The emulation trick for this one turned out to be that I had it working. I was like, it won't accept inputs. But that's because the input buttons for this game are only delete and insert.
Oh.
So I think I just explored the keyboard without successfully pressing delete or insert, even once. This is a loving home production by just a couple of friends. It's for DOS. I don't think we're going to be playing this for very long.
Yeah, the art style is...
Such as it is.
Such as it is. God.
It's ugly.
It's bad. It's really bad. I'm trying to think of good... I'm trying to think of language, some poetry here to describe in what way it is bad.
Excuse me a moment, because a thing that DOSBox does when I launch it using the defend.
Oh, I'm missing Cedric's comment.
How does Motorhead compare to the licensed Journey and Aerosmith games?
Well, I've not played either of those.
I feel like if we just granted those to exist, I'm not sure that it seems equally plausible that the whole thing is a joke, or that just the joke is that there are these silly games. But I would bet of the three that I would have the most fun with the Journey one.
Yeah, Journey has a surprising amount of hits.
Okay, so here we are.
Oh shoot!
Executioners. No most input for this game. Aerosmith's game is a light gun game. Amazing. What's the Journey game?
That makes sense.
I might have seen it before.
I was on the Aerosmith ride at Disney World when I was 11. The rocking roller coaster. Can't say I remember any of the things that Aerosmith said while I was screaming in the dark.
So, as you can tell, I think already, everything about this game is hideous.
Yeah.
The sensibility.
I mean, this is real work. Like,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
get me wrong. Like, this.
Good work, guys.
It
Like,
almost takes more effort to do this. Because
no,
this is clearly
this is serious stuff. If you
Yeah.
watch the credits, you start to get into the little people jokes.
Yeah, sure.
Because this was just two dipshits.
Yeah.
Law of threes, but you're supposed to, you're supposed to be a turn and a like. So we have Reaper, who's 6 foot tall, 180, and something, and we have Guillotine, whose hobbies are preserving rainforest and do-it-yourself. Oh,
yeah.
sweet.
That makes sense.
Yep. If it has Journey songs, that is my favorite of the Journey Aerosmith Motörhead games. Okay, so here we are at the title screen. So we tried 2 players, we couldn't figure it out. It didn't even seem like there were any keys. Like I tried pressing a bunch of different keys. You know what? Let's try once more, Greg. We're going to try with you seeing if the numpad.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can find.
Okay, you look and
I don't
find
even know
it.
how you found this game.
The game was just on Moby Games, tagged as a beat 'em up. It took me a long time to find a page. Hello, your mom. We're not going to be playing Executioners by Bloodlust Software for long. I guess I will be Reaper. Oh, it's horrible.
Police have confirmed atomic food products have caused...
Something. Nope, that cut off.
Yeah, but they wanted to have a story here. I guess we should watch to see if there's any interesting animations.
Executioners, Bloodlust Software.
That would be awesome if Journey, if they had integration across platforms for their video game. So like, yeah, for our first music video after this game comes out, we don't have instruments. We have to play imaginary instruments.
What system is this on?
DOS. It's just a DOS game. Okay. Hot Death, Cold Pavement.
1, 2, 3, kick it.
So we have 2-button control, a jump button, and an attack button.
Okay. And they're insert and... What are they? What are the controls?
Insert and delete.
Insert and delete.
Yeah.
Both at the same time? Does
This
it
was
jump
made by 2 dudes in 1992. The sound, hideous. I assume these are our guys. Our programmers. In fact, yes, here they are again.
1.
I believe that's true. When I was learning the controls to this, the Lindas are werewolves.
Okay. Oh, you did a grab.
A grapple.
1.
Okay, hold on. So, yeah, I think that is true. I think their fan games. They designed a lot of different sprites here, huh?
Yeah, they really want to show you.
I think it was
1, 2, 3,
Ethan
kick it.
Petty. At any rate, it was the guy with
Ethan
the
Petty and Isa
yeah
Addis.
time slaughter.
They were angry at the rise of movements against computer game violence. So
Ah.
they made games that were excessively violent as a parody. Anett ended up joining Electronic Arts and making sports games.
Wow.
Ethan Petty joined Eidos Interactive.
So, is that the same Ethan Petty who went on to write the Guardians of the Galaxy game in 2021? And Watch Dogs 2? Are we seeing here the seeds of Watch Dogs 2?
Hold on. Maybe? I'm looking at his credits now.
There's a violent disemboweling move when you pick them up.
He wrote Time
Same guy.
Splitters.
Good for him.
Same guy.
Well, you come a long way, baby. Because this sucks. Like, this is not good. Although, oddly enough, it doesn't suck due to, like, any sort of technical incompetence. They've got the basics of... That was another move! In addition to the disembowel, I was able to spike one of them on his head. And, like, the basic mechanics of a beat-em-up are here.
Yeah.
They're not super smooth, like the delete key doesn't always register. The enemies have friendly fire. But, like, absolutely hideous to look at. An assault on the senses. Terribly repetitive music. We're still only on stage 1. This goes on forever.
It might only be one stage.
No, because it said level 1. And it had a title and everything. Hot pavement, cold death, or something like that.
Okay. You know, I hear that Guardians of the Galaxy game was good.
Hey, look, the skinless dude attacks you by extending his neck.
Yeah.
There's real imagination here even. It's
You
not
know-
pure edgelord garbage.
Yeah.
It is like a fair bit, like
A
this is
fair
late.
bit of it is epilogue.
Yeah, like these guys must have been unbearable to hang out with at this
Well,
time.
they were also really young.
Yeah,
It should be noted. Ethan Petty is... I mean, his most recent credit is the Guardians of the Galaxy game as writer. But,
the hitboxes are insane. Whoa!
1, 2, 3.
I'm assuming this is our boss.
maybe. I think you killed him. Nope, there he is. He's bad.
Yeah, he didn't even die from being disemboweled.
Oh,
Yeah,
air
he-
counter.
Air counter
Ooh,
and
devastating.
absolutely brutal move. Ah!
Oh, he just released you that time. That's actually better for you. What was that?
That was this guy.
Oh, that's
Haha!
friendly fire. Oh, he killed him.
1, 2, 3.
No. Take it.
The basic strategy is just you gotta start hitting him.
Before he gets
You gotta hit him right on the tip of the wrist
Yeah,
until
they,
he dies.
they were in high school when they founded this company.
And this is their first game.
Oh yeah, so these.
Wanted!
These are
Hey,
teenagers.
Psycho Ed is wanted for cannibalism. He's the guy who has the wiener stand. That's
Haha.
continuity.
Yeah. There's a lot here, despite how just hideous it is.
Just hideous. Horrible.
There's way more here than you would think. Like this is more like the control scheme seems more competently put together than some two buttons that we've played, which is
Well, I wouldn't say than two buttons that we played, because
I said some.
oh,
two
like
buttons that we
other
played.
like you mean other single attack button, like attack and jump games.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's certainly not the best, but it's
This like rotting,
I think he's like
overweight
lizard
gillman
man. Yeah, I think he's like lizard
attacks by like puffing his belly up.
Go, 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 go.
So here's the boss. Drink atomic dry.
Oh, he's a
Clever,
ranged attack.
clever. Oof. Okay. Okay, that's not the strategy, but what is? There it is. Ah.
Get in on him.
Damn.
Yeah. He's got a reach attack, so you can't, he won't walk to you. You gotta go to him.
Ah.
Only.
But if you go to him and he doesn't throw his head, he gets you.
Yeah.
Look, give him this. This is like a... again, it's not good. But like, in terms of like having the elements of a boss fight,
Yeah.
this is...
Zero count?
This works.
Let's see.
0 counts. Maybe I can beat stage 1. Maybe.
No. I'm not seeing it. There you go. Get in. There you go. Wait for it to come back. They can get you on the boomerang. Nice. Yeah, okay, you've got the rhythm down now.
No.
Ooh. I say.
Stop using your alternate moves, jerk. Oh.
You just don't want to be on his... He does telegraph it. Just don't be on his Z-axis. Z-axis. There you go. That was close. Nice. Mitch, get in on him. Come on.
One significant flaw in this boss fight design is endless pool of health.
If there was a way to see how much health he has, it might be more satisfying.
Might be more bearable, but
Yeah.
but there's not, and it isn't. And I'm
No,
dead.
that's it.
All right, you want your try, Greg? Oh wait, continue.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
You get 6 lives.
Again, so we're not gonna beat this game, but we might as well finish the first stage.
Let's finish the first stage. Also, I don't really think I need a turn.
That's fair.
I'll default to you in terms of how the controls feel, but like in
They don't.
terms
They feel like physically uncomfortable, but that's partially due to the layout of my keyboard.
Excuse me, sir.
We only have the very start of every dialogue. Trouble at the tropical tourist trap. Ed's beer hut. Give him this. This is like a jungle song.
Sure, yeah. For 2 guys putting this all together in 1992, this is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like, I do wonder what their setup was. Like, how did they... What sort of resources did they have?
I have to feel like some of these graphics were designed in MS Paint.
Well, listen, I understand where the graphics came
Yeah.
from, but I'm talking even more about their programming setup. Obviously, they had access to a better than average computer for the 1990s, at least.
Yes. Yeah, I think they were working with quality like hobbyist computers. For sure. Okay, I don't feel like we need to see any more of this.
Yeah, this feels like it. You know, let's call it. Where do you want to put this? Does this earn mid? Does it?
Honestly, I feel like
'Cause it's-
maybe it earns mid. Like, it's a real problem
Hold on. Let's take a look at Goon.
that it's like stomach-churningly unpleasant to look at.
Yes.
And like, I bet if we had given it time, it would have offended us even more.
Oh yeah, for sure. These are teenagers in 1992.
Yeah. Okay, oops, the Goon tier.
It would be offensive if there wasn't homophobia in it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
So, like, is it like the game it is most analogous to on this list, on the Goon tier list, is Subway Vigilante.
Subway Vigilante, yeah.
But what is notable here is that this is a much more fully like the thing with
This
Subway
is-
Vigilante was that it was nothing.
Yes, this is way more well put together than Subway Vigilante.
Is it better than every single one of these games?
I don't know. I don't really think it's better. Well, that's for the Game Boy.
It's not better than Battletoads, like in the sense that. But the thing about Battletoads is not here because of stage 1. It's here because of
Stages
degenerates
3
into.
through the rest.
Even those stages are much better to look at and listen to.
Yes.
I think it goes on the Goon tier,
I think it
but
does,
with
yeah.
love.
Like even Shodai Neketsu Kunio-kun, like that's on here for its like frustrating,
Hideous quest design. and
quest design. But like the actual gameplay of that is good, and the graphics are good. It's just not well put together
Yeah.
as a product.
As an overall experience.
Yeah.
And
So,
it could have been so much better too. I think it's a Goon tier game for its quality, but I think it stands out from most of these because it doesn't make me angry, because I
Yeah.
do at least admire that they got it done.
It's going above quite a few of these. It is in no way at the bottom of the list.
And yeah, if I had to hang out with these guys in the 90s, I bet I would have had a terrible time.
Would you in the 90s have had a table time hanging out with these guys in the 90s?
I think so.
Okay.
Certainly now I would.
Oh,
But
yeah, now.
Partially that's because I'm 40 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're children. But anyway, okay. Goon tier, but like a weird kind of Goon tier. And now. It is time.
And now, the one that we think might be good.
Although I do not think this one is going to meet our standards.
Oh, you should bring
We're
it up
gonna
on
beat
the
'em up.
screen then.
So this game is going to control with the keyboard, but in a very specific way of using the numpad to move,
Oh.
but the Z and X keys. As the
Okay,
two
so I guess I should be
gameplay
the...
keys. So you can play first if you want.
Okay. It uses the numpad?
Numpad to move, which does include, like, you have to use 2 to duck.
So
Yeah.
it's 1, 5, 3, 2, I'm assuming?
No.
Okay, well, of course.
Uh,
We're in the early days.
8, 4, 6, 2. Like, not, like, almost like keys. In
Almost.
fact, like, literally the ones that have arrows on them
Yeah.
are the ones.
Okay.
Just, it would feel more natural if they mapped down to 5.
Yeah.
But alas. So this game that we're about to play. Oh, right.
You should bring it up on the screen, yeah.
Put some stuff on the screen for a moment. This is the only game on our list of beat 'em ups through 1993 for the PC-98 home computer.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
Yeah, Japanese PC. And yeah, like this was a popular platform. There are lots of RPGs people really like for the PC Engine.
Yeah.
Not nearly, the PC Engine is the TurboGrafx 16. Totally different thing than the PC-98. But yeah, otherwise, like not necessarily noted, I don't think, for action gaming. But even as I'm saying that, like a lot of the early, like Falcom RPGs are action games. At any rate, it's called Edge.
Yeah.
It has a ridiculous amount of dialogue that we're not going to be able to
Yeah,
read.
that we don't know what it is. A lot of sex appeal. Get ready for this.
Oh yeah, this is a sexy
A
game.
lot of weird Angelina Jolie style, like, gunplay in the bedroom.
Okay, so it's a real sort of cyberpunky Ghost in the Shell feel to the computer. You can see this like appearing on screen in an anime as the protagonist looks something up. So we put in our discs, then we reset. And then it seems to be working.
Okay.
Not sure why it's capturing. Actually, no, I can see. That is there in the emulator. These weird lines around the screen. So
Oh.
now I believe you have to press a key.
Yeah. Now I have controls. Okay. And now I can... Yeah. Okay.
You can do 2 things that aren't translated. You can go to the config, or you can start. Okay, don't stop pressing. It's asking us to put in disk C.
Why is it... How do you know it's doing this? Just because of the one letter that's not...
Just literally because of the letter C. That's how I figured it out when I got this working. Now press the key.
Alright.
And the game begins.
2352.
Like many anime in the 90s, this is set in a near
Yeah. And
sci-fi dystopia future.
we've got some sexy stuff going
Yeah,
on.
we immediately open with some kind of kink play here. Because apparently they're then just in bed together.
I think one of these characters is called Fatty. No idea who.
So yeah, there's definitely like they're talking with someone named Fatty or company Fatty. I saw Lodi, I think, but they're having a chat in bed. She's looking sexy with her gun.
With her gun. Slow pan up the body.
Plus the sexy music.
Oh yeah.
Something Fatty.
2. The number 2 has come up.
Okay.
That's also a very Japanese thing to just throw in a random like English.
Yeah.
Just a single English word. Fatty. F.
We Danielle and I watched just the Queen introductions from the first season of Drag Race Sverige in Sweden. And
Brain Eater.
it was very funny for the same reason of, like most Swedish people speak fluent English.
Yeah.
So they'd be talking, they were serving cunt.
Fatty Bear moved his prize. Edge. Okay. Title drop. So it's X and Z and X?
Z and X. So, yeah, the reason I said it doesn't really feel like a beat 'em up. It is a side scroller that feels much more akin to the progenitors that be like, it's more like Kung Fu.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. It, like, when you're hitting them, there's a little bit of beat 'em up feel to it. Did you intend to? Did you see that air enemy? Nice.
Yeah, I did. Shoot.
Good music.
Oh, damn. Duck.
Trying to hold it in the mix.
Oh, you've stolen my controls.
Yeah, I did. So I noticed that the pickups that you get from those things, they increase the red bar, but not the bar that I would assume is your current health. But I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That one increased my
smashing
current
it healed you. Maybe.
Okay,
But that, okay, weird.
different things.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
A scene.
This is our pro tag. This is our female pro tag. They're having a back and forth. He seems pleased about it, yeah?
He's pleased as punch.
Alright.
They chat. He's on. Like, I see more guys that look like Paul from Tekken. I'll kill him. Weird that the pickups that look like guns make you flash. Ooh! That
that's
seemed
a
to
health
consume
drain?
your health.
It's a very slight health drain. Damn.
Boom, 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 boom. Ah! Full health.
Full
That was
health.
timely. So yeah, it's not a beat 'em up.
Oh, I can also. Oh, hey, a new character!
Hey!
Classes boy. He's also smug about that. Oh god!
So,
We're getting so much depth into these characters' lives! Holy
Yeah.
shit! There we go.
boss fight.
Damn. You really gotta use your block.
But you definitely can't be using your exploding on the floor move.
I know, but that was unintentional.
Yeah.
Shit. Is that me? That's me. Game over.
Single
Tough.
health bar? What's the continue situation here? I mean, we saw continue on the main menu, but do you have to like beat a boss before it lets you save?
I think it probably would. Continue? Well, I can try
continue.
it. No.
Oh, back to
the
start. Alright, I'll give it a
There you
try.
go.
How are we for time, Greg?
Oh, we're killing it.
Sweet.
It's
We'll-
10 after 8.
Okay, great. We'll do more games.
The Learning Company. Oh, man. The direction controls also work to skip dialogue.
Okay, great. I'll just get all my fingers going.
These are the skills the ladies love, James. I mean, it's very sexy. In a weird off-model 90s anime way.
Yeah. And then some people show up. Like, were they arrested there by the...
No, they seem to be like...
No, those people... They're like agents. Do you want to look up what the story is, Greg?
I'll try. I mean, there's no English translation of this. Edge for the PC-98. Your name is Kikumaru.
Kikumaru.
It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up created in 1993. It's one of the only true beat-em-up games on this computer, along with Night Slave.
Knights. Well, that might be hopefully later.
That
Not
could be
something I
a
have to
later.
add to the list.
I'll look it up.
But I'll say this is not a true beat 'em up. This is a true misapplication of the term beat 'em up to a game that involves beating people up.
It's a
But it doesn't-
Night Slave's a 1996 game.
Okay, sweet.
Sometimes in the 22nd century, a giant magnetic wave has devastated most of Asia and Europe. The government have dissolved, chaos and anarchy reign until powerful megacorporations arise to take control of what's left. By restoring most of the affected zones and building space stations, and two megacorporations stood out amongst the others. The first one, Fatty, established in Hong Kong, and the second, Tenkai, controls Tokyo. Fatty and Tenkai were being... that's the name of the company, James.
Yeah.
Stylized in all caps, always. Were being at odds with each other on a regular... Sorry, this translation is taken straight from the... I'm trying to fix the grammar as I go. Each other on a regular basis. But when Tenkai stole something very secret from Fatty, the two were about to go on a full-scale war with disastrous consequences for the very few good people that are being oppressed. Enter...
Nice.
Yep. Enter Kikumaru Sakakaibara, a martial artist with proficiency in the staff, who is relaxing in his house when a femme fatale named Rin enters and persuades Kikumaru
By shoving a gun in his mouth and then having sex with him.
to join her group so they can find the secret that was stolen from Fatty. With that secret, they should be able to bring the two megacorporations down at once. So Kikumaru accepts the offer and enters a partnership with Rin to destroy the two corrupt governments. If you want to play it, be warned that this game contains some mild nudity.
Well, it's not germane to our project because of being just a side-scrolling action game. Otherwise, I'd say we gotta at least play to the nudity.
You gotta use a block against this guy.
How do you block? What's your block?
The other button.
Right.
Remember the two buttons?
I've literally been thinking of it as though... okay. Jeez.
Like, the block is a complete block. You do not take damage when you are blocking.
Yeah.
The thing is, you really don't need it against the Kung Fu guys.
Jeez.
That's tough.
I'm gonna try it one more time in the hopes that we
Give
get...
it a try.
Hold on. in the config, can I... No.
Change the speed.
Change the speed. I'm not going to change the speed. Again, I think that this game is not ranked. So, mainly just playing it in the hopes of seeing some light nudity.
I think it's probably the best game we've played tonight.
Yes!
It's just, it doesn't fit.
Certainly better than the other two games. It's just not in the genre.
Yeah, it's a beat 'em up like.
Yeah.
Or a beat 'em up light.
It's more akin to Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja or something.
Yeah,
Sort.
it very much
Or
is.
really of like Kung Fu.
Yeah. From that
Kung Fu Master.
sort of example. You can get that in the sky.
Yeah.
And you can either get it on the way down or... I don't know what the glowing does.
Hey, a throw.
Nice. I'm not sure how you did it. The putt-putt MMO. Yeah, those increase your health. So some things increase your total potential health.
Yeah, and then other things increase your existing health, and then some things make you flash. And what exactly that means, I'm not certain.
I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah. Like, it does, like, you feel more confident going into the fights.
Yeah.
When you're flashing.
It's just a purely psychological bonus.
Took that one right out of the air. So I'm a master of the bow staff.
An underused weapon, honestly, in popular culture, it's pretty much just like Gambit that uses a bow staff.
And Donatello.
That's true.
Come
Right?
on.
Donatello with the Ninja Turtles. You know, I can't. I shouldn't leave my boy out. You're right. So it's an interesting dynamic to know that he is introduced to her by her putting a gun in his mouth while he's sleeping.
Yeah.
They are not an established couple.
No, that is not their kink play.
No.
There was no consent involved there. Although he did seem to sleep with her after she took the gun in his mouth. So they might have they worked it in his school.
I mean, they worked it out.
Hey, that's a.
Oh yeah.
I
there
should
you
have
go.
thought of that.
You should have
given
thought of that. Yeah.
I took the weekend off and totally forgot about my bow staff.
Yeah. Keep him back.
So I would say like the thing this game most notably has going for it is just that it's really cool.
You got all the health power-ups. So
Yeah.
you're coming into this with the best. It's a layup. Just remember to block. No, yeah, he's... Oof, oof.
Ah.
Block, block, block.
No.
Ah,
Well, we're not gonna get to see the light nudity, I'm afraid.
no.
We have to get back to our historical project here.
Yes, this does not fit our definition of beat 'em up. There's no Z axis. There is stun locking.
We've counted some games as beat 'em ups. With not when I say some, I mean like one for sure. But also when they lacked a Z axis. But that also lacks like really any of the feel of a beat 'em up.
Mm.
That's what's really missing.
I do like the block. Very few beat 'em ups have a like
That's true.
real block, like a block that actually blocks damage, instead of just slightly decreasing the damage and maybe preventing you from being stun locked, which has its own strategy. But I don't know. I like knowing that when I'm hitting this button, like the guy in front of me can't hurt me. Yeah.
Or I don't know where it came from, but I remember in like grade 6, one of my buddies had a bootleg, like an actually on a cartridge, for the NES a game. I think it was maybe it was a cartridge, maybe it was a ROM, but you played like it was like a bubbles matching puzzle game to see
Yeah.
nudity.
Oh yeah, those were very popular for a while. They still make those. You can still find plenty of those on Steam.
Oh, I had no dip. Okay, we need to switch up our setup for this next one.
Because we're going into the.
We're going to the Sega CD.
Yes.
So
We don't have a.
it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. Okay, you've got it loaded.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. I can see this. Oh, gonna be far too big.
Whoa, far too big.
Oh my goodness. Am I even clicking on my own? Yes. Oh no, not that. Good God.
Jesus.
Greg, would you please reveal Gamebox
I
3?
can't. You stole my numpad.
So I did. Alright.
There you are.
There we go.
Oh, well, that worked out in the end.
We got it in the end. We're going to play the only 1993 beat 'em up that I found listed for the Sega CD platform. This game is by Wolf Team. I
Okay.
need to grab the gamepad.
Here we
The
are.
better controller for simulating the Sega CD experience. Though it's not
What is
great
this?
because obviously it doesn't have the 6-button setup.
What is this game called?
It's called Anett Futatabi,
Okay.
which I assume
Is
is
the
the
main
name of
character's
our
name?
protagonist.
Yeah.
It's by Wolf Team. It's for Sega CD. One gets the feeling that it's going to have a similar selling point of, hey, look,
A sexy lady?
sexy anime. And, like, also the selling point of, like, multimedia. It has high quality, like, cell art animation
Yeah,
type.
this was apparently on the Mega CD.
Yep, that's...
Using the Mega CD hardware add-on for the Mega Drive. It is
Yep.
the final in a trilogy of games. The other ones are listed as action platformers, not beat 'em ups. In fact, the middle game is just listed as a platformer. But this is Ernest Evans and El Viento came first, before Anett.
I see. Here we go.
Oh, her name is technically not Anett. It's
not working because it said please configure the BIOS, which I was sure I did do. This was the whole experience that I had getting it working in the first place.
the story takes place. Well, let's see how much of the story we can understand just through
Yeah.
seeing it. I will say it takes place after the other two games, so no worries there.
Let's try this.
You did have it working, yeah?
Yes, I played a tiny bit of this.
There it is.
Error. It's PAL. Okay. Hold on. I just need to change the BIOS again.
Change the what now?
You have to set up the the system BIOS
Wow.
manually. What one was I using? I don't know, and then it stopped working.
I mean,
Try this. We'll keep trying things.
we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying till it works.
Error. Okay. So any way to do this automatically? Of course not.
Yeah, this seems like a lot of work for emulating, but I guess.
Well, it wouldn't be that much if it just stopped forgetting that I had already done it.
Just saved your settings.
Greg, could you quickly look up for me what the Sega CD was called in Europe, like in PAL regions?
What the Sega CD was called?
Yeah.
The Sega CD or the Mega CD?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's try it this
It was also...
Okay.
It was known as the Mega CD in most regions outside North America and Brazil. The Sega Genesis, also known as the Mega Drive. Man, when you stick all the things on the Sega Genesis that can be sticked onto the Sega Genesis, it's a monstrosity.
Alright. Does it work? Does it load?
Let's-
Sega. When you hear that sound, you know you're about to play a game on Sega.
Mhm.
Particularly because it is the word Sega. But even if you, like, if it just went ba-da, you would still be like, alright. It's a Wolf Team game.
All your favorite wolves. Wolfgang Puck. Oh, those. Just him.
Yeah. There's not a single other wolf I care for.
Wolf Blitzer.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Man should have been a secret agent. Today was a broadcast journalist.
Okay.
Oh wow, this is like an anime style opening. Oh well, the best approximation of it.
I told you. They're going to take advantage of being on a CD.
That is something that Japanese games really like excel at, is realizing like, hey,
we have a friend who named his son Magnus.
we do. It's a great name.
Yeah.
One day I'll meet that boy by accident on the street.
Yeah, like if that boy majors in engineering one day, then our paths will cross.
Yeah, that is something Japanese games have really realized, is that like nobody really cares if your cut screens are in the same style as your game, if they're really good. Wow. This would, I think, mean a lot to you if you had played the two previous games. Like, that dude is the protagonist of at least the first game. And you were apparently partially raised by him? You are not his daughter, but he is a father figure, according to Wikipedia.
Okay, so I didn't really learn anything.
Nope.
From the opening, but we had it. Okay.
You know what? I'll
The
stop.
configuration is your classic. This is a Sega configuration menu. Doesn't let you change the number of lives or continues though. I'm gonna play on normal. A for magic, B for attack, C for jump. Because the 3-button Sega controller setup, most games wind up just using either C or A as a like simple like toggle button.
Yeah.
Because it's not natural in the thumb to manage 3 buttons in a row.
So I'm gonna start by telling you the plot of Ernest Evans, the first game in this series.
The first game is called Ernest Evans.
It's called Ernest Evans. That was the name of the Indiana Jones
hold
as
on.
protagonist. Here he is.
Alright, so that's Ernest Evans.
That's Ernest Evans. This is you. This is
Anett Futatabi.
Anett Futatabi.
They're on a boat. They're going to a castle.
It's 3 o'clock, maybe? Oh, it's voice acted. Ernest goes to Japan. I'd watch it unironically.
Ernest Futatabi.
I legitimately have a lot of love for the Ernest movies. Ernest Saves Christmas and Ernest Scared Stupid. Some pretty good movies. Ignore him.
There's some. I assume it's the emulator that is miscuing the audio.
Wow.
You never know, but
Unclear if this character is supposed to be Japanese. Apparently her original name is Annette Meyer. Or at least in the translation it's Annette Meyer, but the third game is called Anett Futatabi even in North America, so... She has a special pendant.
yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen any of the Ernest movies in full, but I am fond of the Ernest character.
Oh, she's got a real Elijah laugh. Oh, 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 oh. what's become of Ernest? Oh shit.
Okay. She's
Alright.
escaping from an ambush. I have context.
Oh, they're all like knights. How does this feel?
It's fine.
Okay.
Feels fine.
Alright. So, in Ernest Evans, in the 1930s, a man known as Ernest Evans had learned of 3 ancient idols which hold enough power to destroy the Earth. Evans had decided to search the world to find the scattered idols, but was injured before he could find all 3. Now, many years later, his grandson, Ernest Evans III, continues his grandfather's quest to save humanity from total annihilation. However, a rival treasure hunter named Brady Tresider also seeks the idols to bring the world's destruction.
Alright, this is not great.
What's wrong?
I got the enemies stuck off the screen.
Should I just...
Ah,
There
there
you
he
go.
is. So we have real issues with the scrolling, the enemy pathfinding, and
Do you
these stupid
heal
obstacles.
slowly, or is that an energy
That
gauge?
is some sort of energy gauge.
Does it deplete when you swing? No, it seems to just fill up over time. Uh-oh. This is a real problem.
Yes.
Try
Okay.
attacking a statue?
Yeah, you think like they're destructible, right? No. And this guy's off screen. Okay, let's reset, and I'll be more careful. Well, this game is not scoring any major points.
So here's what...
By
during
like
his
soft locks in the first stage.
During his journey, Evan stumbles upon a green-haired girl named Anett in some ruins in Peru, who decides to accompany him for the rest of his adventure. The two encounter a mysterious figure by the name of Siegfried, who has unknown motives, but seems to know a lot about Hester and his cult. So you're fighting the cult of Hester, the Cthulhu Mythos character.
Okay.
So there you go. In the second game, El Viento, which is a platformer where you have a boomerang. The game shares the same fictional universe with Ernest Evans and happens several years later. It also features many references to H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu Mythos. The game takes place in New York during the late 1920s when cult leader Henry, the gangster Al Capone, Vincent DeMarco in the American localization. I guess they didn't want to use Al Capone.
Didn't want to get sued.
Yeah, for the Al Capone estate. And a sorceress named Vestinia plot to awaken the ancient and malevolent god Hester. There are some people that have descended from Hester's ancient bloodline, one of which is the young Peruvian sorceress, Annette Meyer. With some assistance from Ernest Evans, Annette attempts to stop the cult from resurrecting
Hey, that
Hester.
one's destructible.
Nice.
And an apple.
Nice. Using the very spells of this bloodline. Received great reviews at the time. 93% by Joystick, France. Video Games Germany didn't think very highly of it, 68%.
Like, it's alright. The enemies are distinct.
Oh, well, sorry. That's for the previous game. This game, the cut screen graphics were praised, but the game was received overall poorly.
Yeah, it's not thrilling. And like being single player only, not great in general. I do like her flipping, her running jump kick movement.
Got a sliding move. Annette looks much cooler here than she did in El Viento. The rest of the visuals are run-of-the-mill and forgettable. Anyone with a fetish for 16-bit, low-colored, 90s-style anime artwork that proliferated on the Mega CD and PC Engine will love this.
Oh, damn it. These friggin' enemies. What a terrible enemy design. Scrolling so goddamn slow.
There are cut screens between each stage. So they
Yeah,
really,
I figured there would be.
They really put the work in. Nice. I killed him. Oh!
A boss. Really unsmooth transition to the boss fight.
Yeah, he just sort of
The
appeared.
appearance of the boss and the start of the song both sounded like glitches. My magic goes away, so I never got a chance to use it in the stage. Can't save that for the bosses. Also, this guy hits like a motherfucker.
I'm told the bosses are particularly hard.
And is it just a game over kind of game?
Nope, you gotta continue.
But do I continue where I fell? No.
Nope. Gotta play the whole stage again.
Alright, Greg, do you want to play some Anett Futatabi?
I do.
I think this is another one on the list of games that we're not going to really put the effort in on.
I would say, in terms of like complete package, it's on the level of Edge, but it's not really. Oh yeah, it doesn't really speak to me.
I would say, like, one thing it has in common with Edge is the kind of just like weird simultaneous like quality look to it. And like Edge had a really cool aesthetic, but still felt just kind of chintzy.
Yeah.
Like you're just going side to side. All the power-ups are just in things that are just floating right above you. Like you jump up and smash them, but why? Like
Yeah.
why not just have them already laying on the ground for all that it adds to the game? They both just have bullshit bosses.
Yeah.
Like it's not only poor boss design, just how cheesy the boss was, how much damage it does, and how not particularly fun it was to fight, but also just it's not a good level design when I was just basically stomped through the whole stage, taking almost no damage, got to the boss with pretty much full health, and then just got immediately wiped out. And then you got to do the whole stage again, even though the stage offers nothing. It's not even a like, well, if I do better at the stage this time, I'll get to the boss with
Yeah, with more health. Yeah.
or whatever, and it takes away your magic. Once you get past the CD quality music, nothing to write home about here.
Yeah, just a single button control as well. How do you use your magic? Is it both buttons?
It's A, which would be in the
There we go.
Y position. Oh, would you know?
Screen clear.
Wait, but not even like a... That could be an emulation thing, but even if we assume some assets weren't displayed there or something, that was pretty dull as far as
Yeah.
screen
I
clearing.
have stun lock.
There was no any Golden Axe game.
No.
Oh, I hate these green guys.
Batroc the Leaper over here.
Yeah, they don't walk forwards.
They just
They
jump.
only crouch and slow leaping uppercut forward. It's phasing out the song in anticipation of starting the boss fight.
Well, I seem to have different magic depending on which stage I'm at.
how many
This
times?
is wind. Yeah, also not that entertaining. Oh shit!
Oh wow. Boss gets a half health hit on you as he appears. Not half, but like solid
Quite a bit, yeah.
35% of your health there. I like the boss music. It's very simple. Okay, you're cooking. It is absolutely a like extensive avoidance type fight. You're gonna beat this boss. Okay, we're gonna see some more of this game.
Maybe if he doesn't pull out a different move.
You want him going for the slow one.
Don't want to be anywhere near him when he gets up. Oh, he didn't do the slash this time.
So the big difference.
Damn! What?
Damn.
How do you do that one?
That's the attack that he did repeatedly to me.
Damn!
Oh,
What? Hold on! No! Simultaneous kill, for sure.
but you didn't get the knockdown.
Uh,
Trash at. Okay, we're out of time. We're not gonna get another game going, so we might as well take one.
yeah, let's take one more swing at it. We're
one
not going
more
to get another
swing.
game.
See if we can get to stage 2. Where are you thinking this lands, Greg?
I feel like it's probably Goon.
Yeah.
Like I can't really call this. I can't call this better than some of the games that are on Goon. You know?
Yeah, it's very just there.
Yes, it's
And
there's not a lot.
It's
to
really leaning. Oh, damn it. Also, this is just unforgivable. Why let me scroll forward and not scroll backwards if the enemy's like. Yeah.
I think it's specifically this guy though.
Yes, because
Just
he doesn't.
'cause he's so
he doesn't
slow,
have. He
yeah.
doesn't have walking forwards.
Try to get on the other side of him. Yeah, there you go. Do the throw in that direction.
Oh, good idea, Cedric. Next time I will test that theory.
Screen nuke them from off screen.
Yeah, that seems possible.
Very possible. Yeah.
But yeah, like the enemies are boring and they have too much health, or don't take enough damage. Like these fucking like putties.
Yeah, they very are much buddies. I like the designs. I
Yeah.
think the game looks great.
It's
I just think there's nothing. There's not a lot of there. you
yeah,
know?
like I would say that I know it's unfair because there are so many games that people talk about as beloved classics for the like Japanese PC and stuff.
Yeah.
But this very much gives the impression that in the 90s, CD-based media in Japan, at least until like the PlayStation era, was very much a case where they were like, sweet, we don't have to make the games good anymore. Because these stupid pigs are gonna just be so excited to hear CD quality audio and see an anime cutscene.
I mean, in some cases they
Somebody
work.
draw a tit. Once the tits are drawn, you have the rest of the day to make a game.
We're only here till 5 today.
Yeah, I'm not paying overtime.
Oh, the night guy. Oh, try nuking him. Oh, never mind. He's on screen now.
That's also true. Yeah, there's not. Why would I say Japanese CD media? Like, the anime thing is probably the distinguishing Japanese factor.
Yeah.
There are plenty of American games that also. I mean, perhaps most obviously and famously Dragon's Lair.
There was
Space Ace.
Yes.
They were just like, yeah, you don't need a game at all. The game is pressing up when it's time.
Yeah.
And if you don't press up right when it's time, or if you hesitate or press a different button, you're dead. You owe us $1 if you want to continue playing.
You know, I watched some of the Game Awards over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Game Awards. Sorry, that's in the winter. The Summer Game Fest.
Ah, yes.
Jeff Keighley's other game thing, his E3 replacement. Anyway, I watched some of that over the weekend, and there was an FMV horror game that was being that got a debut trailer. Like an entirely like.
Alright, cheese this guy with the fucking running cool jump kick. I might be able
Maybe,
to.
yeah. You just gotta make sure you're not doing it while he swings, which you know. There you go. Oh, yes.
Okay,
Nice, got him.
that was not fun, but
I
I'm
don't-
glad I won.
この城の人たちどうしたっていうの
Hire good actors.
Yeah, go figure.
Yep.
でここ
I remember there's one, Cedric, you might know what it is. It takes place in a hotel, and there's like a man,
あなたは
creepily stalking you around the hotel that you have to like avoid him, and look through like peepholes and stuff to see if he's
あの
coming.
人は偽物
Ah,
はい私は
crimson dressed ladies in prison.
バージリスは
I
偽物を
think-
避けてこの国
possibly the one we saw in the throne room was an
Yes.
imposter? Yes.
Oh, yes.
No. This is a recent game. This is from the last 5 years,
Oh.
I think.
おっと怪しげな動きはやめてもらおう
何を
決まっているではないかお前
So
が
was that military dictator, military coup in her country?
軍人ではない
Maybe.
お前には理解
Seems to be what's happening.
これが戦術というもの
Yeah, these are real cut screens.
And now she's in the arena.
さて例のものの隠し場所を教えていただかない限り
It's called At Dead of Night,
兵と戦わねば
if you're curious about what that game is.
あなたにできますかなあの少女を見殺しにすることが
The
Yeah,
one you were talking about?
I
In
figured
Dead
I
of
found
Night.
it. At
Yeah.
Dead of Night.
At Dead of Night. Cool.
One part horror film, one part horror game. One part ghost hunt. Are we starting with a boss, or is this a new type of enemy? Hard to tell on health alone.
Yeah. Like, well, I have my magic available,
Okay, so she's probably not a
which
boss.
suggests to me that she's an extraordinarily boring enemy. Yeah. Oh,
Is this supposed to be like you're in an arena? Like
Yes.
Sending like one guy after you at a time?
that's what that might be the conceit of the level. Which is a cool idea, especially if they do keep coming with unique enemies for the whole level.
Yeah,
But
these are all new guys.
the-
This one might be a palette swap. Actually.
The complete lack of any possibility of having fun here.
You're fighting fucking JoJo.
And this is the boss. So yes, I guess you could say they kept the gimmick going. Ah, I just had Hadouken.
By fighting JoJo Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I meant the gimmick of always throwing in unique enemies throughout the whole Coliseum.
Send in the Voldo-looking perverts.
What are the up ones? Is that an air counter
It might be an uppercut that you're just avoiding.
or at Dead of Night was the game that Greg was
Yeah.
thinking of. Have you played that game, Greg, or just something that interests you?
Oh, I've seen a complete playthrough of it.
I got him.
Of a YouTuber. Yeah, jazzed.
All right, sweet. We're running out of time, but we're
We
gonna
are,
see a
yeah.
little bit more Anett Futatabi.
まさかこれほどまで
You've defeated my best perverts.
He's furious.
Shoot her. A cigarette? They
He's-
kill.
Oh, somebody else threw the smoke canister to save her.
And then her corpse is there because she didn't move at all.
Yeah.
They were already aiming. Just riddled with bullets.
ありがとう助かりましたそれにしても
Thank you very much. I recognize that.
誰もが皆バージリスに喜んで従ってはいないということですよ。それからこれ
So
を
this guy saved her.
This is a young, disaffected soldier who doesn't
He's
believe.
like, here's your amulet, I think.
なんてお礼を言ったらいいのか
礼なんてそれより早くお逃げください。
でもアーネストさんがまだ
アーネストさんなら心配いりません。私の部下が無事に保護しております。追っ手は私がごまかします。さ、早く。
She takes off into the woods. He watches her go. Oh. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
tiny little robot.
Oh, and there's another palette swap for that one.
Guy from the, yeah.
Yeah. The X Games player.
Oh no.
Do you know the X Games combined with a different league. I found this out recently. This was The Rock's big move.
Ah.
There was some other minor football league that nobody paid any
Oh,
attention to.
so not the X Games. You mean the XFL?
Sorry, yes, I mean the
Yes,
XFL.
I did know that.
Yes.
Ah, damn.
Fuck.
What an infuriatingly shitty piece of shit.
There you go.
Yeah, this is a Goon tier piece of shit.
Yeah, we're putting this on the Goon tier. But it does deserve to be ranked. Because it is a beat 'em up.
Yep.
Just a bad one.
Yep.
So
And with Edge, it's not a question of deserving to be ranked. Because it's not a failure on the developer's part that they didn't make a beat 'em up.
that's fair. I guess the language there could be clear. What is on the docket, James?
Okay, so come Friday, hopefully, we'll finally finish our over month-long attempt at the Thawed Wood scenario. Are we gonna win or are we gonna lose? It's very tough to say. But we're
Almost
playing
impossible to
Frosthaven.
say.
It all goes according to plan. Then on Saturday, Suikoden! Later on in the afternoon, because we're going to drag brunch with my father for Father's Day. He is going to have a great time.
Good, I'm happy.
Yeah. Oh, my dad's favorite movie is Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, nice. I thought you were going to say like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
No, he's a big Bette Midler fan.
Nice.
Yeah. Drag brunch will be up his alley. So we're gonna have a good time. Later on in the afternoon, I'll play some more Suikoden after a week off, and then come Sunday, we have real life Dungeons and Dragons, Greg.
We do, yeah.
So there will be a much more defined stopping point, but I'll be heading back to Mount Holly for more blueprints. Can we do anything? Maybe.
I mean, every run,
I
you
have
learn
a
a
pretty
little
good
more.
feeling of where I need the water level in the reservoir, for example. It's really frustrating. So you're like, God damn it, Simon, you can't get your pants a little wet wading to the boat?
No.
But gotta lower it one level. The dock is there. Gotta keep finding. I have a theory. I almost made it to the left side of the 8th rank, or like the western side.
Oh, nice.
Which was disappointing because if I made it, I could confirm my theory about what the letters there might be. But because I know it has to be two-letter words, and the second one starts with W.
9th rank then, not 8th rank.
Yeah, sorry, 9th rank, and then count small gates. Then 8 dates crack 8 safes.
Yeah.
And so at first I had thought that's probably just two different clues. 8 dates crack 8 safes and something count small gates. So I guess we have to count small gates. Now I'm thinking the first 2-letter word is if and the second 2-letter word is we. And it's if we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes, which then suggests that I'll find a small gate somewhere with a combination lock on it that'll be cracked by a date. Just like a safe.
Yeah, just like I said.
That's my theory, but I don't know. You're doing a terrible job of not seeming to just tell me that I'm right, but that's okay.
I'm not telling you anything.
Okay. Hold on, let's see.
What happens when you get to 0?
Oh, just like, boom, there's just like a giant fish just splatter her head. No, just graze it.
No, she just grays out. Alright.
I was hoping for some Blood Sea style astonishing violence.
Anything Monday or Tuesday, or are we back to beat 'em up on Wednesday after your
And then,
Sundays?
I mean, I have been longing since the start of May to expand the streaming schedule, and maybe next week is the week I can finally do it, because like things are largely leveling out this week, and I'm getting things that were on my agenda for too long off of my docket. So onwards and upwards we shall
Onwards
go.
and upwards.
And when we come back, so Anett Futatabi, Goon tier. When we come back next time, we'll continue this brief detour from Rushing Beach Shura to do 2 PC Engine CD games.
Yeah.
Galaxy Deka Gaian and Riot City, at least one of which is 2-player, possibly both. And because we have Game Boy link cable emulation working, we'll finally close the chapter on Double Dragon 1 and 2. Double Dragon 2, of course, being a reskin of Neketsu Kokunio-kan Bankai Ranko Itsenso.
I'm surprised because it doesn't really play like either game.
Yeah, it didn't. It was weird. So yeah, that's where we've been and that's where we're going. Take us home, Greg.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around all the way to the end. Please follow us down below or subscribe. James is offering 30 days of conditional love.
Conditioned only on your continued subscription.
And remember, until next time, violence is never the answer, except in video games. Bye-bye.
Have a great time.